Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's the Mask Gamer, and today I'm going to be doing a little bit. So I'm playing Madden 20 here because, honestly, after the news I got today that Eli Manning didn't make it into the Hall of Fame, even though he fucking deserves it. So today, I mean, this is the only game I have right now that's up to date that has Eli Manning in it. So I'm going to be doing New York Giants versus the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and I'm gonna prove that Eli Manning deserves to be in the Hall of Fame. Let's play. Let's go up against these Bucks, the Buccaneers. This before Brady took over. I can't believe that. Eli Manning deserves to be in the Hall of Fame.
Hey everybody, it's the Coach. Welcome to the special Saturday edition of the NFL on EA Sports. We're just about set to get started, and this ought to be a good one between the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the New York Giants.
Eli should have got in.
The MetLife Stadium in New Jersey. Standing by for the call, here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, we welcome everybody to the Garden State. EA Sports coverage of the NFL finds us at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey.
Seriously, I can't believe that. Eli should have gotten it.
On air, this New York crowd fired up by the arrival of their G-men as they burst from the locker room. They're ready to go as the Giants get set to match up with Jameis Winston and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Telling you, Eli should have got in.
Davis with you from our broadcast perch. And Charles, as we get this thing started, what are you going to be keeping your eye on?
Special teams. Field position is always a big determiner in a ball game. Who sets their offense up for success the best, that team will win the game.
I seriously mean it. Eli should have got in. Eli fucking Manning, he should have got in.
Here's Cairo Santos now, ready to get this one started. And we are underway from MetLife Stadium. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. So here are the Giants ready to start their initial drive of the game.
Yeah.
They'll be led out by the veteran quarterback, a multiple-time Pro Bowler. It's, of course, Eli Manning.
Yeah, who deserves to be in the Hall of Fame.
Giants GM had on Eli Manning coming out of Mississippi. He simply said he has it. And we always talk about the it factor, which means they're going to play large in big moments, in key situations, and Eli Manning has always had that.
They go play action here on first down. Oh, he's going to hit. It's caught inside the 25.
Yeah, see that? Eli should have got it.
Giants. Golden Tate.
Of course. See, look at that. Eli has a good arm. That's right.
Well, one word for that opening play call, and that is aggressive, but it worked. First play from scrimmage, long touchdown pass.
Well, let's be honest about it. In our production meeting last
yeah,
night,
Eli had a good arm, and he's still not in the Hall of Fame. I'm letting everyone know right now that Eli should have got in.
Play number one. I knew as the game went along, they would take their shots, but that, as you said, a bold strike and very successful right out of the gate.
PAT up and good by Rosas. And it's now a 7-0 game. And they're able to get the connection on the long touchdown pass. And that's one of the easiest drive summaries you'll ever see. One play, touchdown.
Eli knew how to play. God, I gotta see a football game this coming year.
Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. An incredibly short kick fielded way up there. And they're going to have really good starting field position here as that's taken up close to the 40. So here are the Bucs now to take over for the first time. They're led out by a man raised in Alabama, went to Florida State. It's their quarterback, Jameis Winston.
Jameis Winston, the Giants actually want him right now, last time I heard.
His first game as a starter at Florida State. On a Monday night, the whole country watching. He only missed 2 passes in the entire game and led his team to a big victory and later a national
I'm not going to let him
championship
through.
as a freshman.
Off the play fake, Winston. That's caught by the big tight end, O.J. Howard. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 and enemy
He ain't going to get past me.
17 yards on the play and a Buccaneer first down. They'll run for the first time with Peyton Barber. And some good running out of the gates as he takes this up to the 33. That's good for a Buccaneer first, a pickup of 12 yards.
All right, I'm definitely not going to let them get through.
Good plays have them on the move on first down. Jameis to throw it. And that's incomplete.
Yeah,
By the way,
incomplete.
I gotta apologize because I just realized for about the last 4 or 5 plays I'm eking over into your territory up here in the booth. My bad. I'm going to get back over to my spot.
Yeah, we're not talking about our on-air commentary.
Yeah, really, that was it.
All this extra paper.
And they lost a yard.
I know. My bad.
Normally you run a really tight ship. What's going on here?
Just like that incomplete pass, I'm going to try to tighten things up here for this next play. After 7-0 on EA Sports.
Oh, yeah.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. They go play action. Winston. And that will be incomplete.
That was, what was that?
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
It just threw it away. Oh, they're going to go for a field goal.
Buccaneer kicker Matt Gay.
Matt Gay? Oh, yeah, I do remember him.
51-yard attempt. And this won't get there. Won't be online either. It's no good. Off to the right. And this score will stay right where it is.
That's right. Well, it's going to increase when I get up.
They make things look so easy because normally from this range, about 2 out of 3. And this is not an easy kick.
Yeah, 20 years ago, you get where he was in that 50 range, maybe a little over. And it's a big kick. But now we just, if they leave it short, you're like, whoa, what happened? And that's what we have here.
Yeah, you're right. 20 years ago, we were saying run some more plays and get closer. Now we think they're definitely within range, and you're exactly right. When it comes up short,
all right, let's do this, Eli.
Wrong because they have plenty of leg.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. They'll get a couple yards on that one, and that'll make it a 2nd down. So 2nd and 8 here.
All right.
Pass play for 2 yards on 1st down. Manning to Barkley on the draw play. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. 1st down for the Giants as they pick up 12.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
Oh, yeah. All right. I'm going to try this one.
Solid run by Saquon
All right.
Barkley, and another 1st and 10 here. Now Manning finding his target. It's Cody Latimer. And he sheds a tackle. Now he's got some space.
Of course.
The way in. Touchdown.
And people say Eli Manning didn't deserve to be in the Hall of Fame.
45 yards. And the Giants are able to add on to their lead. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here of the 2nd quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the 2nd half.
Of course.
Rosas good with the extra point, and that'll make the score 14-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. Short kick. One of the up middle take it down.
Of course.
Have really good starting field position here as that's taken up close to the 40.
Of course.
And Tampa Bay trots out there now. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline, they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal.
He rifles one that's intercepted.
Oh, man.
Picked up by the Michigan man, Jabril Peppers. And they'll set
interception.
Right near midfield at the 49-yard line.
Of course.
You're trailing, you're trying to get points late in half. I absolutely understand that. But remember, it's all about the ball. And without the ball, you can't get those points. They just turned it over.
Now you got to be careful because that deficit can get a little bigger on the other side.
Of course.
The field position they just took over with. First down, Giants on a pickup of 14.
Like I said, Eli Manning, he should have been in the Hall of Fame.
On the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
Of course, this is what Eli should have been in.
Now as they come up on 1st and 10. Working from the gun, Manning. And he gets it complete to Latimer. There he goes, right side. And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown.
See, this is why Eli, and you say Eli doesn't deserve to be in the Hall of Fame. See, look, Eli played like this all the time. Not every game, but come on.
And that's a lead that excites a team as they head into the half. Good way to finish things off.
Yeah, able to extend that lead, and you always say it, that can totally change the complexion of half number 2.
Yeah, it changes your morale, changes your outlook, but even before
Of course, and I hate that. People say, oh, Eli Manning didn't deserve to be in the Hall of Fame.
Right before the half ends.
Good point.
God. I just think that's such bullshit on his end. Because I know Eli really deserves it. I mean, he's a Manning for fuck's sake.
To kick it away. An incredibly short kick fielded way up there. And they're going to have really good starting field position here as that's taken up close to the 40. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Time here for likely one play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will, and I think a lot of people are thinking to themselves,
hey, he threw that away.
Take the knee, get out of here, regroup. But how will the head coach and his staff approach halftime? Will it be angry? Will it be clinical? Will they be calm? Will they just let it all out? Who knows? I'd love to be a fly on the wall for this one, though.
On 2nd and 10, Winston. And he will be brought down as time is now run out on this first half of action. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far.
Man.
We'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much, and welcome everyone to this abridged version of the EA Sports Halftime Report. This one is maybe not exactly in the bag yet, but there is definitely a big mountain to climb in this third quarter. The teams are already back out there, so let's not waste any time.
Of course, Eli knew what he was doing.
Turn it back over to Brandon Gaudin.
Of course, Eli always knew how to do his team.
Thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And they're going to have really good starting field position here as that's taken up close to the 40.
That's to be easy.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now.
Yeah, he's
so
down.
As you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them. Here's a quick hitch route and the throw complete.
I ain't going nowhere.
Just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves them with 3rd and 1. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. And he gets it down to the 48, enough for the first.
Man, even if he scores, it ain't gonna mean shit.
Guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
First down, they go with Barber again. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
Like I keep telling everybody.
3 quarters in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here at MetLife Stadium. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
From the 44, Winston.
Yep.
Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. The intended target was Chris Godwin, and it's 3rd down. Another wayward pass. Things started out
He's just gonna keep throwing it away.
To be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden the secondary. They feel good about
Oh, you're just throwing them away, man. What the hell?
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
Now they go for it on
That was...
but this one is going to wind up incomplete. They
Of
had
course.
to go for it with such little time remaining that the Giants are going to get the football back.
Of course we are.
Players spotlight now as we turn our attention to Eli Manning. He's enjoying a great deal of success. His team is also enjoying a great deal of success.
Damn right.
Nice little, what I call the QB lean going right now. You see that little stroll that he's got
swagger.
going? Yeah, he's definitely got that. You see him throwing the football, the nice little video. He's seeing that in his head as well because he wants more of that to happen. So anytime you see him that relaxed, that comfortable, usually it's a big thumbs up for his team.
Alrighty, let's take it home.
For him. Now a play fake here on 1st down, and he fires one incomplete. He was looking for Evan Ingram, the tight end, and that'll bring up 2nd down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. To throw, it's Manning. He'll rifle this one deep right side. It's caught inside the 25.
Of course.
Have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. They give him a gain of 37. Boy, another big play late here for an offense, Charles, that certainly has had its fair share of big plays.
Coverage has been a problem all game long, and I would say that going along with that has been confidence. Because even if they have the right coverage, they've still dented them.
Because Eli knew how to pull out a play.
Throwing is Manning. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
It's all right.
That one up was Justin Evans. Read it perfectly. So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. To throw is Manning. And he almost intercepted it.
All right, I did not want to do that.
Picked the ball off yet. That probably should have been there first. And it's 3rd down now. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. And he will take it on in.
Of course.
Touchdown. 18-yard touchdown run. And the Giants are able to add on to their lead.
We know that the big guys won't get the credit, Brandon, but we also know that that touchdown belongs to them. Excellent
That it
job
does.
of clearing the way for their running back.
Roses now to add the PAT. It's
of course.
And they stretch their lead to 28-0 now.
Because Eli knew how to play, man.
And it's capped off by a touchdown run from Saquon Barkley. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. Very short kick. This will be taken by one of the up men. And solid field position here to start as they get it out to the 40-yard line.
Even after that big-time return, it's not looking great for them today. But if nothing else, even if the miracle
Keep telling everybody.
They can turn to this play and say, hey, we can move forward. Maybe it's a building block for the rest of the season.
On 1st and 10, Winston. Toward the center of the field.
Just throwing it away, man.
Mike Evans, the one he was looking for. But it'll be 2nd down. So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. To throw, Winston. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. Evans once again the intended receiver. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down. They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. From the shotgun, it's Winston. And unable to connect, incomplete. I'll give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Of
This
course.
defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got
Of
the
course.
lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. The punt team on now as Pinion sends this one away. Brushing off defenders.
A flag.
A late flag comes in as they got him down via the face mask, and that'll give him even better starting position. Charles, did I just hear that right? They declined the personal foul. 3 yards, they just declined them.
And I have to think that the official is thinking to himself, did I just hear that correctly, that you declined that one? All I can think of is that someone on the field got confused. Because it had to, because you're going to take the yards on that penalty each and every time.
Now Manning. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Manning going to hand it off to Barkley. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
And force the incompletion on 1st down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
Manning now to throw. And tight coverage there. It's knocked away, incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly.
And a fake here. Direct snap to the up man. And this doesn't end well at all as they stop him far behind the line to gain. A little trickeration there, but it doesn't fool this defense. And the Bucs are going to take over with excellent field position to boot. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, Winston. And that one drops to the ground, incomplete. Clock stops here just inside of 20 seconds, 19 left. So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. Winston. He finds his target, it's Evans. And he's got this down almost to the 20.
I mean, it's not going to matter.
Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop him with 13 seconds left to play. Winston now to throw on 1st down. Incomplete, and we're down to 8 seconds now.
Yeah, it's not going to matter.
Was the intended target, and it's 2nd down. From the 21, it's 2nd and 10.
Not going to matter.
To the air again with Winston. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by the veteran Antoine Bethea. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Ow.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup, let him get some time?
Oh.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you.
Yeah, so who doesn't agree Eli Manning should have been in the Hall of Fame? I think he should.
3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through.
Yeah, so honestly, again,
we'll take them out, but for the most part,
honestly, Eli Manning should have been in the Hall of Fame. Enough said.
Puzzled me a little bit.
If you watch this video, do you agree? But hey, in all, is anybody, who's ever rooting for Sunday for the Super Bowl?
I'm Brandon Gaunt. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. With that, we sign off from MetLife Stadium.
Oh yeah. Again, Eli Manning should have been in.